Thank you.
U.S. Leahy foreign aid laws. State and defense departments have been forbidden to fund foreign security units, which have severely violated human rights. According to this law, U.S. shouldn't have aided Israel with $17.9 billion of military aid since October 7th. However, one person bypassed this law: Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
I come before you not only as the United States Secretary of State, but also as a Jew. I understand on a personal level.
Antony Blinken, as the representative of a nation that positions itself as modern, democratic, and a staunch advocate for human rights, chose to emphasize his Jewish identity in the midst of a conflict that has seen the devastating loss of tens of thousands of Palestinian lives.
Mr. Secretary, can you come and talk to us?
Antony Blinken's Jewish roots go back to Ukraine. His great-grandfather Mir Blinken was born in a town near Kiev in 1879. In 1904, he emigrated to U.S. with his family. His son Maurice Blinken was a fervent Zionist and a supporter of Israel. We could learn the rest from his grandson's speech at AIPAC, the American-Israel Public Relations Committee.
My grandfather, Maurice Blinken, who founded the American Palestine Institute after the Second World War, initiated a report before independence that argued that the Jewish state was indeed possible. That report helped convince many skeptics, including within the United States government.
Donald Blinken, Maurice Blinken's son and Antony's father, studied law and joined the U.S. Army during the Second World War. He later on managed funds and did retail business and got married to Judith Friedman, a Jew like himself. From this marriage, Antony was born in 1962. Donald Blinken served as the ambassador to Hungary during Bill Clinton's presidency. After his parents divorced, his mother got married to Samuel Pizar, a renowned lawyer who is a Holocaust survivor and was rumored to be linked with Israeli intelligence.
And my late stepfather, Samuel Pizar, he was one of 900 children in his school in Białystok, Poland, but the only one to survive the Holocaust after 4 years in concentration camps. At the end of the war, he made a break from a death march into the woods in Bavaria. From his hiding place, he heard a deep rumbling sound. It was a tank.
You know, when I saw that huge American tank with a white star, the vision, my first vision of freedom, and that black GI who climbed out of the hatch.
He got down on his knees and said the only 3 words that he knew in English that his mother taught him before the war. God bless America. That's who we are.
In May 2021, Secretary of State Antony Blinken publicly received Israel's gratitude amid ongoing U.S. military support, which was providing significant assistance to Israel in the defense industry.
Supported us by having Iron Dome replenishments, $250 million, that you personally shepherded through the system very quickly, and we remember it and we're very grateful to you.
Defense and industrial technology needs have long been Blinken's professional turf. Before his role as Secretary of State, he co-founded WestExec with Michel Flournoy, who was the principal advisor to the Secretary of Defense. WestExec is a consultancy firm staffed by former defense industry and tech executives, specializing in advising defense firms, which supplied products abroad. On October 7, 2023, Israel launched a brutal war on Palestine. Blinken defined the Hamas-led attacks as horrifying and expressed how sorry he was for the dead Israelis. Of course, as a Jew,
It's hard to find the right words. It's beyond what anyone would ever want to imagine, much less actually see and God forbid experience.
during his 8 consecutive visits to Israel, Blinken consistently met with Israeli hostage families, expressing solidarity and empathy for their loss. In stark contrast, families of the at least 43,300 Palestinian civilians killed in the Israel attacks have yet to receive any acknowledgement of their suffering from him.
Thank you, Blinken. Thank you, Blinken. Thank you.
Thank you, Blinken.
After the Israeli pager attack in Lebanon on September 17th and 18th, calling the weaponization of communication devices a war crime, like the UN statement.
Where the explosion of pagers, two-way radios and other electronic devices have reportedly killed at least 37 people, including 2 children, and injured more than 3,400 people in Lebanon alone, leaving many with permanent disabilities. Simultaneous targeting of thousands of individuals violates international human rights law.
Blinken's only comment was a repetition of the words he had previously said against similar attacks by Israel, namely, Israel has a right to defend itself. He also faced criticism for not informing Congress about reports of Israeli forces blocking U.S.-sponsored humanitarian aid to Gaza. This has raised concerns about compliance with U.S. laws, which mandate suspending arms shipments to any country that obstructs the flow of U.S.-backed humanitarian aid.
Shame on you all!
Blinken, you will be remembered as the butcher of Gaza.
Save the children of Gaza.
You're the war criminal! The blood of 40,000 people is on his hands!
Is Antony Blinken the Secretary of State of the United States of America or of Israel?